I don't force the same archetype every draft, but here she is. Here's the Typhoon Skyshaper. And after we pick this card, we just get past mono Sapphire. I'm like, someday there's going to be a draft on stream where we don't open this card, pack one, pick one, and I'm just going to have no idea what to do. But for now, today is not that day, and I'm going to take the Typhoon Skyshaper. This is, I kid you not, this is the third draft on stream where we have pack one, pick one this card. Just the third one. Because that's completely reasonable. This card is a 4/5 with Flight and Mobilize, and it's quick, so you can play whatever you want. Oh, geez, and we just get past more amazing cards. Guardian Gralk is just a fantastic bomb. It's just like a 4/4 flyer for 6, and you can exhaust 2 troops to exhaust an opposing troop. So, like, it's like pseudo removal. It's very good with Ada generating spirits for us. So, I'd kind of like to pick the Chastise up here because I think this is just one of the best removal spells in the format, especially in Diamond. But I think I'd like to snake the Gralk because I think someone else is going to pick this up and move into Sapphire without this. Yeah, this card's definitely constructed playable. A lot of my Sapphire decks in constructive have been playing this card. Pretty happy with it. It's really sweet with Thunderfield Seer because like it's a 1-drop that you can exhaust and then use it to lessen the cost of Skyshaper. So you can like Skyshaper on 4, and then you can like replay the Seer and get another Prophecy trigger to draw another card. It's super reasonable and constructed. So there's a lot of really pretty good picks in here. Razor Edge Duelist is just like a reasonable 2-drop. Sweep Away is fine. If I wasn't looking to move into Diamond, I might pick up the Glider, but I'm pretty sure I just want to play Ada with the Gralk, so I'm going to grab the Wakuna coins. Coins are just like very good, and in these formats, a lot of times you end up with too many playable spells, so like being able to upgrade a resource is really pretty valuable. If my stream cuts out, it's because the world is ending outside right now. As my wife just came down to tell me. In this pack, we have a couple reasonable picks again here. I really like Skyspire Scholar in this archetype. You need a certain amount of velocity in card draw, and it's also just a very good blocker that stonewalls a lot of things on the ground. Vigilant Duskwing is really pretty powerful as well. This is it's a 5-cost 3/5 with Flight that readies every turn, so like it plays offense and defense really well. They're both common, so we're equally likely to see both of them again. Because I already have two bombs here at the top end, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Skyspire Scholar. I think this provides some early plays, as well as some of that card advantage that we're definitely gonna need in our deck. Let's sort these by cost here. I actually like Skittering Cultivator a lot. If we're lucky enough to find some Consult the Talons, its Diligence creating 2 Dreadlings gives us a really easy way to just like cast Consult the Talons for 1 resource. So, and it's a 1/4 for 2. So like a lot of the times these decks are like a more controlling mid-range deck, so we want to be able to set up and defend in the early to mid game, so we can survive to get to like our Skyshapers and our Gralks. Your thoughts on your modern deck? How about this pack? I'm really not a fan of 2/1s in this archetype. I think I'd rather like have 1/4s and 0/6s. I'm gonna grab this Gallant Spearcliff. That's one of my favorite cards in the 4 slot in this archetype. Just like a 2/4 flyer for 4 that creates a Valor when it comes into play. It's like it can upgrade itself to a 3/5 fire for 5. It's like very reasonable stats. Attacks through a lot. Defends against a lot. I don't really have an educated opinion on a Gifts deck in Modern. Sorry. and gets probably tier 3 at best, just based on results. Like a remix, and I'll raise you like a phoenix. There's like 35-mile-an-hour winds and thunderstorm warnings in my area tonight. My wife just came in to tell me a gutter blew off the side of our house, and a gutter blew off the side of our house, and our garbage cans got knocked over. So that's gonna be pleasant in the morning. Nothing super exciting in here. I think I'm gonna grab the dingle. It must be it's a person near us passing to us must be in diamonds. We're not getting a lot of good diamond cards. I don't love dingle in this format, but like it's playable if we're hurting for playables, so I'll go ahead and pick that up. To the beat of your heart, doesn't it feel? I don't really love any of the cards in this pack. I guess Holy Reprisal's fine. Like, it's like this awkward, like, gain health / kill their one big attacker split card. Shriek is, like, maybe pickable, but, like, I really don't like 2-1 to this archetype. You need a lot of them for it to be good, so I think I'm gonna take the Holy Reprisal. I don't know if I'll necessarily play it, but, like, this card's, like, medium. Like, if I need, like, a 20-second playable. Usually I play, like, 18 charges archetype, especially if I'm lucky enough to get, like, 2 or more coins. What are the rules of this game? It's a digital TCG that plays similar to Magic. You can check out this article here talking about some of the specifics of the game and what it does. Nothing very good in this pack. How much does this take to activate? It takes 4. So this can turn into either a patrol bot, a barrier bot, or an assault bot. Yeah, this might be playable. Nothing else in here is close to playable, so I'll take that for now, and maybe we'll pick that in if we're short on playables later. When this attacks another target troop control gets unblockable this turn. That's really clunky and expensive. I think I'm going to take the Gravebane Vial just because, like, it's a constructed playable card. Nothing in here is really very good in our draft deck. And, like, we've already got, like, 7 playables out of this pack, so I think that's fine. Cut this Windrake. Dreadlings seem open. Maybe. We've already got, like, the core of what I want to do here, so I don't think I'm going to pivot. It's usually not too hard to get enough playables. Like, we've got card advantage, we've got a couple pieces of, like, removal, we've got some bombs. We'd like to see some more removal, but... Ah, look at that, the Duskwing. The Duskwing wheeling back to us tells me that I'm definitely staying in this archetype. Like, not close. We're gonna need to find some stuff to shore up our early game, but, like, Ida's got 23 health, which is a pretty reasonable amount for blunting early blows. Again, I'm gonna cut the Garroter, just like 2-2 for 2, just like applies pressure on us early. Yeah, we'll grab the Awakened Heralds. I don't love playing 2-1 to this archetype, but again, if we end up with not enough at the bottom of our curve, we can definitely play that. It's CCS week, man. Gotta get all the practice in. Cash tournament this weekend. I guess this sounds like a pseudo practice though, because like these drafts are 666 as opposed to 665 like the CCS is gonna be, but I really just wanted the draft, so here we are. I'm like so close to hitting Cosmic and Limited. Waku coins, these are a resource. It's like a, think of it as a utility land. Holy crap. And then you open a second on color on deck rare. So this is a 2/4 with flight that you could transform a target card to opposing troop into a Tome of Lore, and then if you get enough Tome of Lores, it puts a Tome of Lore into our deck, and then if we sacrifice enough Tome of Lores, we get a random avatar or dragon. That's just so good. This is probably the best uncommon in the set, though. So, like, this is actually kind of a close pick, I think. Like this card is very reasonable, but this is literally the best uncommon in the set, I think. It's a 2/4 flight for 4 that every time it readies, it makes a 2/2 flyer. Like, that's a tough pass. This is a really tough pass. This wheeled though, so like maybe this makes it back around to us, but that's I think the fact that our curve is high means I have to take the 3-drop. Like they're both 2/4 flyers. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Curator. Doesn't feel good, but I think because of the way our curve is, we should take the Curator. I'm going to take the Talon Watchkeeper here. This is a 3/2 with flight and defensive for 2. And when you play a second Talon Watchkeeper or a Talon Keep Hunter, it loses defensive. Or when you control it, it loses defensive. And like this card not only fills out our early curve, but if we're fortunate enough to like find another one here in this pack or the next pack, we can start attacking with it and have another offensive flyer that's cheap. Vanquish is just like really good quality removal, destroy a troop with 4 power or more. If you've Ardent Allegiance, it creates a Valor for you. The Phoenix Guard Lancer is like a pretty powerful card in our archetype as well, but like we've already got three things at our top end here, so I definitely just want another piece of removal here. I really don't have removal. I've got like this Holy Reprisal that's like pseudo removal, and this Dingle that's like an answer, but it's not removal. Last combat, where combat is essentially identical to Magic. Player A attacks, defending player chooses how they block. You can block multiple creatures to a single attacker. The person attacking orders blockers and assigns which creature they're killing first. Cerulean Sage is just an awesome card. So it's a 0/3 for 1 that diligence. That means every time it readies, it gets +2 power and flight until your following turn. So this is a card that like fills out our early curve, and it also allows us to have an aggressive curve when our opponent's not doing anything. So this is another one of my favorite cards in this Sapphire Diamond Flyers archetype. Immortals, immortals. Immortals. And yeah, here's another Cerulean Sage here. So yeah, just pretty happy to fill up my lower curve with these. Like the games you play Cerulean Sage on 1, you're just like never upset. Yes, the Vigilant Duskwing, like I said, this is one of my favorite cards in this archetype too. Like all 3 of these are great, and like obviously this one's a rare, so you're not gonna have it very often. But like usually you can get like 1 Grelk per draft. I'd really like it if we could hit like 1 or 2 more sources of card advantage. Usually I like at least two cards capable of drawing. I guess Curator like kind of draws. So Warp Steel Shardsworn's kind of an okay card. It makes a Depth Crawler, so like it's 2 1/1s for 2 resources, and this one's socketed. I think I want to pick up the second Talon Keep Watcher here. Like, because this draft is 6/6/6, we could likely pick up 1 to 2 more of these as well, and then just like they're 3/2 flyers for 2 if you draft multiple of them. So just like a pretty much a no-brainer. I'll just start picking those up. This deck's actually going to be kind of more aggressive, so maybe it won't hurt too much that we don't have too much draw. Sky Speller Scholar's fine. I'm going to board this Holy Reprisal for now. Nothing particularly exciting in this pack. I'm actually just going to hate draft this Turbulence here. Destroy target troop with flight. Yeah, there's nothing in this pack that I'm really interested in playing. Dread Deployment here just makes Dreadlings, which we're not interested in doing. They're just like 1/1s with speed that die at end of turn. And then this 2/4 for 3 is just like an embarrassing card. The format is 6/6/6 until tomorrow afternoon, noon Central Standard Time. For the release event weekend, the weekend after release, they do special limited format that's all just the newest set. Yeah, like any game where we get to go like Sage into Talon Watch, our opponent's just gonna get mowed to the ground. Upside down. I don't like this. This is when you play a socketed card that's your hand, it gets -1 cost. That's not very good in general. It's not good in our deck. I think I'm just going to take the cheap shot and just like cut removal from people. We've got like 13 playables right now, which is actually kind of light. I guess in theory, we have like this Awakened Herald and this Holy Reprisal that I'm like, I don't really want to play these, but it's fine. This is pick 9. So this is our original pack that we picked one, the Curator out of. So I'm surprised that no one, the Naturalist, didn't come back around. Diamond's Favor is just like a fine card to pick up. You get to choose one. Either each opposing champion sacrifices a constant, or troops we control get +3 toughness, or an opposing champion sacrifices a troop with 5 toughness or more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the Diamond's Favor there. Nothing super excited to play in this. What does this do? This attacks troop you control. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Puffball. That sounds kind of scary to play against. And again, at least with at least 1 coin, I'm definitely going to play 18 resources in this deck. So we only need 22 playables. So we need 8 more playables out of this pack and the next one. So hopefully that'll be doable. Mechanized Gem Scout isn't a card like I'm excited to play, but we can put a flight on attack gem in this, so this is like a 3-power flying attacker, so that's fine, especially when we're kind of light on playables here. Hope everyone's having a good Monday night. Hopefully your weather is better than we're having here in the middle of Illinois. This gives them -power for each artifact in our crypt. Yeah, it's not particularly good. I'll grab the combat trick so someone else doesn't have that. Don't mind. Might board in a barrier bot against an aggressive deck, just like a. Oh, it's got Skyguard too. Yeah, that's a fine pickup. I'm not gonna main deck this, but we'll definitely board this in some matchups probably. Actually, I'd probably play the barrier bot before I play the Awakened Herald, honestly. But, yeah, Verdict's fine to board in. Someone's got a lot of combat tricks. Interrupt target non-troop card is fine. Are you gonna stay the night? I am kind of worried about my gutter that came down though. That's bad. Hopefully we don't get water into my foundation again. Had that happen once before and it was a giant pain. Alright, so there's a Cerulean Sage in this pack that I wouldn't mind taking for my deck, but I actually need an extra Well of Instinct, so I'm actually just going to rare draft this Well of Instinct. Who knows, maybe we'll get like a really powerful wild card that this will help us splash, but I am 10 out of 10 just rare drafting this Well of Instinct. It's like $5 right now. Actually, I have my playset. My wife only has 3 of them, though, and she wants to play the Dreadling deck I've been playing in Standard, so I'm going to pick that up. What's the average turn rate? You mean turn win rate? Is that what you mean? Like the average rate someone wins the game? Consult the talents. I mentioned we wanted one more card that lets us draw cards. Draw 3. Mobilize means you can exhaust a troop as you play it to reduce its cost. So if I have 3 troops in play, this can be a 1-cost draw 3 by exhausting those 3 troops. So I actually don't have any Storm Riders in this deck yet, so I'm really hoping this card wheels, but I definitely can't pass up the Consult the Talons. There's no way this is going to come. Holy crap. That's Mystic Naturalist. We talked about this being the best uncommon in this set I feel earlier, so just like 10 out of 10 snapping that up. Average turn win rate. So our constructed formats, our standard format just rotated, and we haven't had a major tournament yet, so I don't really have a good baseline for you. We were playing a deck earlier today on stream that was like capable of like winning on turn like 4 and 5, but it wasn't terribly consistent at doing so. I'd say the average game probably lasts somewhere in the turn 5 to 9 range, but again, the format's not really established right now, so I don't have a very good like accurate description for you. Alright, so here I have to choose between picking up the Razor Edge Duelist and the Gallant Spearcliff. I think because of how heavy the top end of my curve is, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this Duelist. Just like having a 2/2 for 2 is good at just like, this is basically a removal spell in our deck. Like, it's just going to like trade with someone else's 2/2 for 2. And like, again, in the event that my opponent doesn't have anything going on, it can apply pressure. Every time this card readies, it gets +1 in Swift Strike until the start of our next turn. So it does apply reasonable amounts of pressure. We're up to 18 playables. We need 4 more out of this pack, ideally, so I don't have to play Barrier Bot and Reprisal. Chastise. Again, I mentioned earlier we didn't get one of these, but this is one of my favorite removal spells in this format. If I can zoom in on it here. So target opposing troop deals damage equal to its power to itself. So it's really quality, kills a lot of the things that you care about in this format. Evening Dire. Up to 19 playables, 3 more in this pack, please. Our Talon Watchkeeper would be sweet. In Magical Christmas Land, I'll take another Mystic Naturalist. Would love another Sky Spire Scholar or the 2/2 flyer that reverts something. I'm blanking on its name right now. The diamond one would be nice. Some more 3-drops would be good. Our curve. We were really looking for things to like fill in this part of the curve here. Got a good number of 2s, kind of light on 3s. I think I'm actually just gonna like sigh and take this Arachnid. I guess I already have an Arachnid. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut the Shoku Garden from someone else. My favorite. This is my favorite archetype in this format. 10 out of 10. Love this archetype. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another Mechanized Gem Scout here. I feel like I'll probably just play another one of these with the Flight Gem in it. None of my Flight Gems used up just yet. Outflank's probably fine. Target troop gets +2/+4 and is mobilized, so this could be a 1-cost trick if you have a troop to exhaust. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. Buzz Tech seems a little bit loose. Lorenzo might be worth testing. You also could probably stand to play another shard in that deck. I think 25 shards with 4 coins is fine in Angus, probably. I'm going to grab the Battle Scrivener here, just like a 1/4. Every time it readies, we gain 3. And, like, that's our theoretically 20-second playable, so we're just, like, locked and loaded and good to go here. Yeah, Flash Palm might be fine. If we play against another more controlling deck, I wouldn't hate this. There's the Sky Spire Scholar. Ding! So that's, you know, 3 ways to draw cards. This deck's a little bit light on removal. We've got Chastise, Favor, Vanquish. Board this Holy Reprisal. Is ready / exhaust like tap? Yes, correct. That is exactly correct, Brazong. What is this? Yes, this is a blue-white Flyers deck. The champion that we use the champion that makes 2 1/1 flying spirits for 5 charges as well. So like our champion helps support the archetype also. I'm gonna cut one of these Mechanized Gem Scouts, bring our curve down a little bit. Again, like I said, I want to play 18 resources in this deck. And play 1 coin and then 17 shards. Told you that. I told you that. I loved you. Shoulders. Just picking up the dredges here. We kind of struggled for our last few playables in this deck, but I'm pretty happy with how everything rounded out here. Feels like reasonable. Not having set 5 to round out the end feels a little odd though. What are our ratios on costs here? Yeah, I'm just gonna go 8/8, I think. We have more double Sapphire at the top end, but we do need double Diamond for our champion power, so I don't think it's unreasonable to just go 9 and 9 here. Is the campaign worth it? It depends on if you're enjoying it. The campaign in terms of, like, cash EV grinding isn't particularly high. I think if you're doing it efficiently, you're generating, like $1.50 to $2 an hour. Need to put a socket into here. So for those that are new to Hex, this card is customizable, and based on the different thresholds that I have, this game is completely free if you grind. That is correct. The threshold, based on the thresholds that you have, you can customize this card during deck building and while sideboarding. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Flight on Attack in there. Save this up. Let's queue it up. I'm into you. Push upsize the diligence gain 3. FRS, seems like you've been doing more drafting lately. Do you expect this trend to continue? Yeah, I expect to do some more drafts. Oh, I need to change my overlay back here. Look at that. Caught myself before we drew our cards even. It was quick. See, I need some shards. You know, it's times like this where I'm like, glad I have 18 shards in my deck. Oh, this card's annoying. So whenever you consecrate this is +1/+1 permanently, it's extra annoying because it has one more toughness than it does power, so I can't kill it with Chastise. I'm really enjoying Draft Gauntlets. Take a chance, time for us to take a chance. So, I'm probably going to Chastise this just to play on curve here. It doesn't feel, like, amazing to, like, burn my Chastise on their 2/2, but I feel like, especially with the Diamond's favor in my hand, I can probably afford to do this. I also just want to, like, make sure I do something with my resources this turn. Over the 3-mana 2/4. Yeah, I think the Scrivener's worth it. I think we'll attack with it in some cases, possibly. That could touch a reasonable question, though. We're also going to, like, use this to play things like the Consult the Talons at various points, so it'll be good for that, too. Outflank, etc. Although the 2/4 looks like it would be much better on this board. It would prevent this Razor Edge Duelist from attacking. Sensationalist. 10 out of 10 blocking here. They got a Trick B. So they conscripted to make that bigger. There's a Duelist of our own. There's our 18th resource there, coming in the clutch. What the critics say. To take a chance, it's time for us. Looking for a wet dream with a wet seam. Attack me, nerd. No attacks. Alright, deal. So I could exhaust both of these to draw some cards, but I think I'd rather play this Gem Scout here, just like play my 3/3 out. Yeah, I would 10 out of 10 recommend playing the PvE portion of the game to get a feel for Hex before you even considered putting any money into it. I spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours playing the campaign to get a feel for how the game mechanics work. Make sure Hex was something I enjoyed before dumping some money into a constructed deck. Feel a little bit less safe here. I think I'm just going to block across the board, and, you know, if you got an outflank, you got an outflank. And kill one of my guys here. Feral Root Tactics, so that's fine. So we trade here, and then they traded a Trick for my troop. That's fine. Shard, that's annoying. Although I guess it's actually not that bad because this has Mobilize, so I can exhaust this to put this into play next turn. And, like, getting into PvP is not that expensive. Like, what am I looking to say? I would not like to return a troop to my hand. The constructed decks, you know, once the season shakes out, usually range somewhere in the $50 to $200 range, depending on what you're looking to get. It just brings it back into play, fair. And then, in addition to that, I'm just kind of out of it. And the drafts are reasonably priced. Like, this drafts cost about, whoa, the words just cannot get out of my mouth tonight. Drafts run about $7. A little bit less than that if you buy cards in the auction house. I'm just going to ship with this in the sky. Yeah, it seems good. My 3/5's probably got things locked down. Never win. Blank on a sinking ship. We got this Consult the Talents. Like, we're ahead on board. We're at parity on cards. We're up on resources. We got this Consult the Talents to gas up here. Wadamountain with the 7-month resubscription. Thank you for the continued support. Catching it live. Well, I appreciate that you're supporting even when you can't always catch it live. You're going to be able to catch more of them live because I'm going to be making a point to do some evening streams from now on, I think. Let's Consult the Talents here to draw a bunch of cards. Play this out, and this is going to ready on my opponent's turn, which is nice. I think I'm going to ship in with this. They could threaten to double block, and then I can outflank and blow them out. So outflank, I'm going to mobilize, exhausting that, pump this. I'm going to make this a 6/9, so it actually eats both of these. And then I'm going to get a mobilize trigger on this next turn. So this readies. Yeah, we're just like super in the driver's seat here. You get their 1-drop back, sure. That makes sense why they were willing to snap call there. We would have left one more resource up there. We could have just dingled that. Okay, that gets bigger. So that bounces with this now, which is a little annoying. Never win. We walk the plank on a sinking ship inside of my friend. Jam Sage. And this is a quick action here, so I can actually leave Dingle / Diamond's favor up when I pass the turn here. This is free attack because this readies on their turn, so if they want to call, that's fine. They called. Free attack, free block, kind of. So that readies. Unless they do something particularly scary, we're just going to, like, let them do whatever they want, because I'd like to use all 6 of my resources to draw with this Sky Spire Scholar here. Oh, how convenient. This makes our opponent sacrifice a troop with 5 or more toughness, which this conveniently now has. Come and pass, the innocent can never last. Wake me up. You know, we're kind of flooding out here a little bit, but again, one of the things I love about Hex is we have our champion here, so when we get to play those 2 more resources out in a couple more turns, we'll get to make 2 more Phantoms. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with both of these again. Yeah, and I think before blocks I'm gonna make them sacrifice this. I guess I should have made sure this works before I attacked with both of these. There's a little poor sequencing on my part. I kind of changed what I was gonna do halfway through. So we're doing exactly what our deck wants to be doing. The board's all gummed up, and we're just like punching through with our evasive threats in the air. Oh, they get their Draka back, but we have a Dingle. Little do they know. Oh, it'd be a darn shame if instead of... Oh, wait. Dingle doesn't revert. So even if I Dingle this, it's still flying, I believe. Yeah, that's kind of awkward, actually. And now I don't really have good attacks. So they got this thing choking up the air. Yeah, I think so. I originally wanted to try and blow out a double block, but then I thought better of it. It's like, nah, I don't actually want to do that, I don't think. So we're looking to draw to, like, our Vanquish here. So I can play this out. Hit my champ power. I suppose I can just smash here next turn. Just like attack with all the flying units. Like, even if he wants to double here and like jump here, he takes 4. I guess he could go like eat, double, and then he dies, so he can't do that. I think I'm just supposed to smash with everything in the air here. This might be a little bit too aggressive. Maybe I should sit on this a little bit more, but I feel like my opponent's at a low enough life total that this is a worthwhile shove. Classic make blocks to kill me. I think I do actually want the 2-4 rather than the 1-4, and maybe you're right that we should just start the 2-4 instead. Gem Scout seems fine. Talon Watchkeeper seems fine. Dingle does not seem good. I'm just not a huge fan of that card. I'm actually just going to put this extra Gem Scout in my deck. Make sure we put a Flight Gem in here. That's all the evasive attackers. A classic, if you would. The old block in a way that makes me take lethal. This hand's a little medium. So I'd snap this hand off if one of these sapphires was a diamond. I think this is still a keep. Just like we've got the Sage on one here. We've got a Vanquish for a big threat. So like this either lets us get aggressive or blunts their aggressive start. Like I said, this would be a sneaker keeper if we just like had a second diamond in here. Alright, Talon Watchkeeper actually makes this hand much better. We get to curve. No, that's PvE only. Your champions always do the same thing in this in PvP. Perfect. Razor's Edge Duelist. Yeah, I'm just gonna start attacking with the Sage. That way next turn it'll be a 2/3 flyer. I'm gonna play the Razor Edge Duelist here, and I mentioned when we drafted this is probably just gonna be like a 2-cost removal spell. Like we're just gonna like trade with our opponent's 2/2 this turn. Yes, yeah, you could know what all the champions do, and then you pick the one you want after the draft. So opponent has a trick of some sort because they did stop. It says, when you conscript a troop, troops you control in your hand get +1/+1 permanently. That's pretty good. We were fortunate enough to hit our shard there, though, our diamond threshold, so just start pressuring in the air. Hopefully we can just, like, race them in the air, whatever they get going on. So, next turn we get to play the Gallant Spear Cliffs, and the following turn we get to activate our champion power. Whoa. Hopefully we hit our second Talon Keep Watcher here so we can start attacking with those two. We have one Vanquish to like buy us some tempo here in case they start making their things huge. Sky Spire Scholar is also very good. I'm gonna play this out because it like blocks this, and actually this isn't going to block this because if they have a quick speed conscript, this makes this bigger. They had a quick speed conscript, they played it a basic action. Deal. So opponent's got one conscripted 2-cost in their hand. Just like no blocks here. They're firmly winning this race so far. I need to get out of control very quickly though with these. That's a 6/10 with Skyguard. Alrighty, I'm real glad we have our Vanquish in our hand here. So, Vanquish will destroy a troop with 4 or more power, which that is. Make an extra Valor. I'm going to Valor this guy up. Give it +1/+1 permanently. Make 2 Phantoms with our champion power. Smash for 5 here in the air, so my opponent's going down to 12, so they're dead in 2. So this is going to ready as a 5/5, but they're dead in 2 in the air. So one thing to keep in mind, AZ, when you're playing the campaign, is that the campaign is not set up for you to beat everything in order. It's designed, some encounters like the Piranhas are like special challenges, and you should stop and come back and play them later. Yeah, I think the art being the same is it. Oh yeah, there's the correct. I think there's a bug with when you generate an empowered card and then empower it. Yeah, empowered cards are something kind of funky with them. Alright, dead in the air, put 2 more idiots on the table here. Have a draw 2 in the bank, just like the world is my oyster. Alright, we are 1-0 with our Diamond Sapphire Flyers deck. Oh, they have a hint that tells you that now? That's great. For a while, people would just lose and get frustrated and stop playing, so having a hint there is fantastic. This hand, again, wants a second diamond threshold at some point, but hard to pass up Cerulean Sage on 1, especially here on the play. A Sky Spire Scholar to put some defense down on the ground and eventually draw some cards. What is the prize for winning? So if you go 2-1 in your draft, you get 2 booster packs, plus you keep the cards you drafted. If you go 3-0, you get 6 booster packs, plus keep the cards that you drafted. So this is whenever they gain a charge, they deal 1 damage to us. I'm just going to play my Sky Spire Scholar here. I don't think I want to burn a Chastise on this just yet. We might down the road, but I think using our resources efficiently here is most ideal. Drawing a Sapphire Shard really kind of sucks because we do want more resources eventually, but we need a second diamond threshold for Ada to work. Block. That's a good pickup. It's just like gonna help us continue to wall our opponent on the ground here. No, you always keep the cards you draft. Sorry if I implied that was part of the reward. You always keep what you drafted. Can't be blocked by troops with power less than this. Well, I'm glad we saved our Chastise here. I think I'm actually just going to take this opportunity to outflank here. It lets me mobilize this too, which means this will make Dreadwings next turn. I really hope we draw a Diamond Shard this turn, so that way we can activate Ada. And Dingle's okay. Let's kill that. Attack for 5 here. So we're ahead on board, but we don't have a lot going on past that. If we hit one more resource here, we can activate our Sky Spire Scholar. Dingle, lose 2 life, draw 2 cards. That's pretty good for us. They're kind of low on life total here. This guy's like poking away at us here. Don't really care about that. Butcher! Oh no, so he kills an exhausted troop. Kind of interesting that he kills that as opposed to this one. Watch him draw that diamond threshold we need. Diamond shard. Diamond shard would be great because it lets us do this plus activate this. Yep, that's fine. Can't hold up Dingle this turn, but 10 out of 10. Committing the 3 power flyer to the table here every time. So this gains flight when it attacks thanks to the customization we have in it. That's pretty good. Deal 5 damage and they get a Valor out of it. So they're killing our guys off here. But they're spending their entire turn to do it. It's like fair trade-off. Diamond. Diamond. That's miserable. So it's a card we can't play because we don't have a diamond. I'm glad we went 9-9 on the resources. Hopefully they just like jam a really expensive troop this turn and then we dingle it. Feed the flames. That's not good for us. So they've killed our last threat. They are down to 9 here. I don't think I really care about this. These extra ones aren't going to be that good if we hit a diamond threshold here. Alright, another Sky Spire Scholar. So just like completely walled off here. We've got 4 card draws in the bank here when we finally hit a 6-3 source. So even if we just hit a Sapphire, like, that'll be fine, because we'll be able to draw cards running turns. We're still at a nice healthy 20 life, so our Spear Cliff plus our Ada Phantom should be able to run this game out here at some point. 10 out of 10 dingling this because it draws our opponent a card. It also lets us use our resources this turn, so we're gonna, you know, hope we hit a resource next turn to do something with these or this. Hopefully both of these. We hit a diamond, we can do this and this, which is nice. They drew our Consult the Talons. That's pretty good. So their champion draws a card from our deck and converts the thresholds to thresholds that they can make. Diamond shard. Alright, that's playable, I guess. Next best thing. Actually, Sapphire Shard probably would have been the next best thing, so I could activate this to propel us into a Diamond Shard. Been 1 Diamond Shard and 16 cards so far. Real frustrating. Oh, come on. Come on. Alright, so we need to hit... So this, when it comes into play, it summons 2 1/1s, and then when these 1/1s ready for the first time, they turn into scarier things, so... We need to hit a diamond so we can Ada and play this turn so we can stop these vampire children from transforming. And we were firmly in the driver's seat of this game for so long, we just bricked for far too long. Alright, here's our chance. One last shot. It's the chance to roll. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yeah, I'm gonna Valor this so that we can live through one of these vampire child attacks. Did I get what I deserve? So give me reason. Just casual 5 cards in the opponent's hand, so I was feeling pretty confident about this game, and then, yeah, they still got like 2 Valors in their hand. This is why you play best of 3. This is why I refuse to play sealed, because it's best of 1. Like... I think I'm gonna trade here. I feel like I need to trade here. Okay. Alright, see if we can beat through a Vampire Queen here. That's unreasonable. That's completely unreasonable. They've got a Vampire Queen and a Mythic. Dang it, Bobby. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been bombed out of a draft game, a draft match, but this might be it. Definitely something that happens on occasion in Limited, just like not a whole lot you can do about it. Hey, Bardic. Yeah, I'm just like dipping in and dipping out when the kids are good or sleeping. The kids are asleep right now and I was going to do a draft anyways. Yep, this hand is very good. Yeah, it's a shame. If we would have hit our diamond by turn like 6 that last game, we probably would have been able to leverage our opponent's stumble. They didn't even really stumble, it's just like their cards weren't particularly good against what we had going on until they hit their bombs later. I would just like to take a moment to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're on the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, so thanks for hanging out while we battle some Hex TCG. My name is Jeff Hogar, professional TCG player / content producer, and you've stumbled into my Twitch channel here. I hope you are enjoying yourself. You have to put a card in front of it. It's good at a limited, but you're not wrong. You'd be correct in that assessment. Alright, so you get a bunch of Dreadlings here. I think I'm just gonna jam the Naturalist rather than play the Consult the Talons. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this too, because if they want to double block, that trades this for the Arena Regular, which I think I'm okay with. Yeah, so they're trading their Arena Regular. So we're trading 2-drop for 2-drop here. I'm okay with that, I think. I don't think I trade this for the... I don't think I block here, because they're attacking this in here. They probably have a trick of some sort. And this card is very powerful. Just every time this card readies, we get a 2-2 with flight. So it's very, very good. Alright, now if they attack with both, I'm blocking. The old scrounge for speed and then don't attack. Classic. I'm gonna scrounge. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this, make this cost 1. It's a little awkward, but probably fine. I think I'm gonna burn this outflank to kill one of these guys this turn. A 2/10, each a 3/2. Every time this readies, he gets a charge. Yeah, I draw a card off my deck. The classic draw, 3 shards in a row. That's a fine card for them to draw. We're gonna get a 2/2 flyer here, hopefully. Sweet. Play this out. Yeah, this game's firmly in hand here. Just our army of flyers is going to take over here. I'll play this Grelk out. Just like 6/10 flying power now. This is gonna make 2 more flying power next turn. Got a Spear Cliff in our hand. We've got to draw 2 on the table. That combat seems profitable for us. They have the card that, like, scrounges to deal 6, so they could kill this, maybe? Yes, this is... Like we talked about when we draft, we passed one of these for a rare at one point that was playable in our pools. I think this is the best uncommon in the set. I think that is the best uncommon in the set. Rather than drawing cards this turn, I'm just going to go ahead and get my... Maybe I should spread this Valor out here, just because, like, they need to kill this anyways. Yeah, I probably should have Valored a Phantom there. That might be a small mistake, but could cost us. Yeah, I should have Valored a Phantom. I don't think making this a 5/5 saves it for anything. I guess it saves us from Pyre Strike, theoretically. But that's an uncommon, so I don't know if we really want to play around that. Attack me. Block. Feed the flames, sure. Casual draw 2. Hey look, our draw 2 drew another draw 2. Oh, strangle 2. Yeah, you're right. Turning this into a 5/5 definitely has merit. Both of those are oh, that was it really didn't matter. I just accidentally hit the attack with all hotkeys, so my 0/6 got in there. Wow, that card's really good. I don't know why I read that as you had to discard a card at random to play it, like an additional cost. The fact that it's just a 2-cost draw 2, well, that card's probably constructed playable. I completely missed that when you don't have cards in your hand, it's just a 2-cost draw 2 in Ruby. That's probably really good. Huh. Man, I feel kind of dumb for having missed that. Huh. Alright, into game 3 here. Hopefully we don't get bombed out of this one. Yeah, this hand's fine. It's got our bomb in it here. It's got our mobilize 4/5. Yeah, definitely. There's our curator there that we picked up over the other Mystic Naturalist, so we'll see how that goes. This card takes a while to pay off, but it does do stuff. It can interact with our opponent's crypt so they can like keep them off scrounge and stuff. Yes, please use your removal on my Grizzly Bear. God bless. Please use your removal on my Grizzly Bear. So this card transforms a card in our opponent's discard pile into this Tome of Lore, and the Tome of Lore goes into our deck. And then the Tome of Lore cantrips when we draw it. And then, so it transforms when we draw it. It's a 4-2. That's fine. Not blocking. Oh. And then when we draw enough of those things, we get to make a random powerful thing. I'm going to play this 2-4 out, and I think this 2-4 is willing to trade with that one, because it's just a 2-4 as opposed to a 2-4 with extra text. I guess they could Valor this turn. It would be kind of annoying. It's possible I should have just, like, left the Sky Shaper up this turn. Yep, draw a card off my deck. Hopefully we hit a resource next turn, just like 18 resource deck. Let's go. Light 'em up, light 'em up. Man, I wanted that. Alright, 10 out of 10 trading here, I think. There's that resource. So I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. And then I can play this. And then... So... This can mobilize exhausting this, so I'm just going to have 8 power worth of flying guys next turn. Hopefully he doesn't have Vampire Queen here. Of course he does. I'm still going to play this, I think. I think I'm still supposed to jam this in here. Then I'm going to go ahead and Valor this and then crack with these. I have Diamond's Favor to protect my squad, and I have Talon, Keep Watcher to keep their guys at bay. We knew about that Valor, so that means they have 3 cards left in their hand that we don't know about. I feel like we're ahead on board, but that could change pretty quickly. And I'm going to play this Diamond's Favor here to give my troops plus toughness here. So this is going to turn into a 6-something. Oh wait, this is really good for us. So we let that resolve, and then before damage happens, we go ahead and Diamond's Favor and make him sacrifice this. Yep, ding. Thank you for making your troop larger. Enjoy your stay. Sure, skirmisher. Oh, just like hit the running nuts on that. Alright, well, let's do that, and then crack them for 8 in the air here. Have to chump next turn. So this is unblockable. So this is just like has us dead in 4, which is kind of... Oh, jeez! He got to... I didn't even think about that. He got to mobilize these. He got to do those with mobilize, which meant they just get bigger. Fuck! Man, I thought we were going to beat a Vampire Queen there, too. Man, like I said, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've gotten bombed out in a draft. I guess that was bound to happen. It's frustrating, but I don't feel like there was anything different I could do in these games. We likely would have won that first game, too, if we'd have hit our... If we'd have just, like... hit our diamond threshold on time. now. We've had 8 shards and 16 cards. Yeah, he's got an unblockable guy in that. I'm just going to go ahead and pack it in and move on to our next one. Unfortunate. Them's the beats sometimes. Remember, I've been enjoying Limited, but it is definitely a little bit higher variance than Constructed, I feel like, when you're spending a lot of time preparing for something, just because of things like that. I'm just like, you know, I feel like we drafted a very reasonable deck and we played well, and then just like, we had a little bit of bad luck combined with our opponent's insane pulls and just died because of it. Alright, yeah, it seems decent. It's got Talon Keep into Sky Spire. We've got a Chastise. We got one of our bombs. Our Typhoon Skyshaper, send me up. Have a few resources off here again. Just like super excited to have 18 shards in my deck. Jinzaku with the 5-month resubscription. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. So our opponent hasn't done anything on turn 1 and turn 2 here, so I'm going to play out the Razorblade Duelist here, just in case like they don't do anything on 3 and we get to start attacking. Because remember, this has defensive unless we have another copy of it in play, so... Go 1-1, that's fine. Feed the flames on my Grizzly Bear. Yep, super excited again, just like this is not our primary game plan, so them spending a removal spell on just like our 2/2 for 2 sounds great for us. So this gets +1/+1 for each different race among Ardent troops they control. So Shard, God bless. I'm going to play this out. The question is, do I want to Chastise this? I kind of want to Chastise it just to be resource efficient here. Like, this card can kind of grow out of control, so yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. We might feel a little bit bad. Yeah, ideally we would have hit a Sapphire there so we could hold this up, but it also might have just been worth it to leave that there just so we could, like, Skyshaper it at some point. I finished last season in Silver, but somehow qualified for the CCS. What should I play? I have an extra playset. I have a playset except the current set, but rarely play Constructed. I think the McBombus deck that I streamed with earlier this week, was it yesterday or over the weekend? I think it was yesterday. Check the archives on my thing. It's also on my Hex deck list. I think that deck's very reasonable. It's got like a good, strong, proactive game plan. It also has a lot of play to it. The only card out of the new set that it requires is a play set of the Outlaws, which is just like a powerful card. I think it's like $5 right now. Card's worth picking up for sure. A 3/4 life drainer that gets brickwalled by my 06 steel. Come on, Sapphire. Alright, it's not a Sapphire, so unfortunately we can't play out the Typhoon Skyshaper still, but we can make some 1/1 flyers here with our champion power. And if we hit even just another diamond next turn, we can activate our Sky Spire Scholar to draw some cards. Yep, Skirmisher draws them a card. Speaking of Righteous Outlaw. Yeah, 30k plat should be more than enough to pick up a set of these. I guess I also was playing some Stifling Stings. But those are fairly cheap too. Just double check the list. I don't want to be forgetting too much. What does Mobilize do? Mobilize makes the card, so it lets you reduce the cost of the card. It's similar to Convoke, but not exactly. For each instance of Mobilize on the card, you can exhaust exactly 1 troop. What do you feel about Web Scribe in this limited form? I think it's fine. This is like an okay effect. The 1/3 stats are reasonable too. I'm actually going to be greedy and cycle this here, because I'd like to hit a Sapphire. Another Sky Spire Scholar is fine. It's like mono walls. The Red Link deck is fine, it's just like not very consistent. They have a coins of their own, so they cycle and gain some life themselves. And again, this is like exactly what our deck wants to do. We want to gum up the board, and eventually we just like bury them in card advantage and like evasive units. Say goodbye to my heart tonight. This here. Do this. Yeah, I guess I could do this. I think I'm gonna put this here in the event that he has. Nah, that seems loose. Put this like this. Yeah, that seems ideal. He has like Ruby's favor here. That could be a little annoying. Yeah, I didn't really care for what Varanus was doing in his Bombus list. Diamond's favor gives his troops +3 toughness till end of turn. That's fine. So all of our guys are going to bounce, but more importantly, my opponent is going to get a Diligence trigger out of this Righteous Outlaw, which is pretty good for them. Tripled out the truth with their lies, you little... Getting this out of the way now, though, is kind of good for us, because it means the Typhoon Skyshaper is not going to die to it later, which is profitable. Hopefully we hit a Sapphire next turn, so we can use this as a surprise blocker. We did lose a Phantom on that exchange. Ayachi Cavalry, if this is Valorous, it can't be blocked. Sure, he already used his Valor that he had, though. Sapphire, come on. Come on, Daddy needed a Sapphire, and we got there. Oh, now I need something to sing about. Oh, they can make this Valorous with Righteous Outlaw Valor. Okay. Then we're going to have to race this. This Typhoon Skyshaper should be worth its weight in gold, though. And then we can start drawing cards with these Sky Spire Scholars. Nothing compares to... You know, if they only attack with this turn and, like, don't give us anything to eat with this, I might just use those to draw cards for the turn, rather than jam this, and I think I want to use this as a surprise. We could also use this Guardian Growl to, like, lock down this unblockable guy eventually. Just the ones who is nothing counting on, that never happened. I'm going to let that happen because it's going to encourage them to attack this turn. And we can actually Sky Shaper. So I could have used the Sky Shaper to mobilize and exhaust that and save it, but I really want this to be able to come in and eat something this turn. This attack looks like pretty free to just ship with everything. He doesn't send in the Outlaw, so that's... He's being a little conservative here, so... Yeah, I'm going to mobilize this Phantom and play this. Then we can actually mobilize this outflank too, if we need to. I'm going to use this to eat the 2/2 because this can become unblockable. Otherwise, I don't want to return anything to my hand. This can also return something to my hand if I want. I'm going to go block, bounce, bounce, take 1. Starting. The favors are very good. Powerful cards. Don't belong to nobody. Create a valor for each exhausted troop you control. Holy crap. So they've got 5 valors in their hand right now, and this is exhausted. That's unfortunate for us. Man. Might be able to out-pressure us here now, especially with their champion power hanging overhead. They can make something not block until end of turn. Oh. Get bombed out 2 games matches in a row. Probably gonna turn this into the Scarlet Swordsman now, so they can stack a bunch of Valors on it. Yep. They can make this a 7/6. Hurricane. Ha, ha. So when this attacks the first time, it deals damage equal to its power to the opposing champion and a troop they control. So they're probably going to stack them all on this and then attack and try and shoot down this Typhoon Sky Shaper, I'd assume. Thankfully, we have the outflank to save it, and then we can trade this for this. They might spread some of them out instead of going all in on this. Which doesn't seem unreasonable. They've got 2 Valors and 1 card we don't know in their hand right now. Let's see how many things they ship with here. Might just like swing with the squad. Alright, yeah, so this trigger's gonna go on the chain. Belong to the city, don't belong to no man. Yeah, so I think I'm actually just gonna... This will have +4 toughness then. So this could block this safely. This will be a 6/9 with... So let's outflank, mobilize this on here. Another Diamond's Favor. That's really unfortunate. So that's gonna kill my guy here. I guess we know their last 2... Oh, it's not gonna guaranteed kill my guy because it could kill these as well. That's good for us. Okay. So we're a Sky Spire Scholar down, but we're probably not gonna have time to draw with all of those anyways. So here, we get to go eat your 3/4 and then bounce here and bounce here. Yeah, okay, sweet. So this combat ended up working out pretty well for us. I forget it's a random troop with 5 toughness or more, so they only had a 1 in 3 chance of killing the Sky Shaper there. He also assumed it was just going to kill my big guy. Block like this. They are going to gain 6 here, but we're going to get to eat one of their guys, so... We're going to go ahead and void a card from their discard pile and put a tome into our deck. We're going to start spending all of our extra resources on that for sure. And we want to prioritize voiding their troops just in case they have something with Scrounge. It makes that worse. That's going to be good down the line. I think we need to just get this 4-4 into play for now, though. And so this doesn't deal damage equal to its power anymore, which is nice. So it's still very large. Our opponent's got 2 more Valors in their hand, and they have a champion power looming overhead still. As you will, opponent. Sure, yep. I'm assuming we're putting both on here. Yep, lock that down. Wow, did you draw a combat trick? Shipping with both of these? Man, did they really draw a combat trick? I think I'm just going like this. I'm just gonna do that. The fact they locked this down means that they probably didn't draw a combat trick. Or just like trading and bouncing. I'm okay with that, I think. I think that works out pretty well for us. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and activate this, see what we get. That's perfect. So this cantrips to replace itself for 1 resource, and if we have 5 or more tomes, we get a random thing here. So at some point that might come up. Maybe we've stabilized this board. I think they have 1 more Valor in their hand. Unless I miscounted here. I might have miscounted. That's pretty good. Now they have 1 more Valor. This is just a free attack into a free block. They're just gaining 4 life because this has life drain. Perfect. So we play this. And then I can do this, exhausting these 3. And this readies on their turn. Haven't played a resource yet. Play out the Skittering Cultivator. And this will be Diligent next turn. I think we've survived the onslaught here. They do have at least 1 Valor in their hand. I guess if they have 2 Valors, we could be in trouble from this. We are going to have to kill them from 50 at some point. If they attack with this, we're like trading the Skittering Cultivator for it, 10 out of 10. Mystic Naturalist, sign me up. Yep. Draw a card with this. Dingle, yep, seems good. Yeah, this is a free attack because it readies on their turn, so attack with this. No reason to attack my 2-3 into their 3-3, which means this loses this, but the other important thing here is we actually kind of want to stay up on clock because this game's probably going to run a little while longer here. Yep, Valorous, this gains Swift Strike. Ooh, that's really annoying. I guess we're going to get to, we're going to need to make more spirits here soon. So they have a 5/5 Swift Striker. What happens if they attack with it and I block with all of my stuff? Like, do these 3. This isn't... Yeah, I don't know if they can even afford to attack with it, because if they attack with this, I, like, hit them with both of these in the crackback, and then this readies, and this starts making stuff. Yeah, I feel like they can't attack, actually. So, let's go ahead and start, again, prioritize troops here. Activate the Curator a whole bunch. They're out of troops? Alright. Want to get enough of these tombs into our deck. And again, these tombs replace themselves, so drawing them is not a big deal. Alright, there's a shard. Let's make some phantoms here. And then we're basically going to put their entire crypt into our deck on the end of turn there. And then we're probably hopefully going to just power through a whole bunch of these tombs. Oh, geez. What do these tombs do? And then... if there are 5 or more tombs in your crypt, choose one at random, summon a dragon or summon. Oh! So once you have 5, every tomb after at the 5th on up makes a thing. Yeah, that's fine. Don't care about that. This card's inevitability is insane. Yeah, you do that. Here's hoping we hit a giant pocket of tombs here. Thanks for the valors, bro. Who's ready for some random dragons and avatars? I guess there's merit to like there's merit to like putting the rest of those into my deck at some point too. Like during my ready step there before I draw. Missing on a tomb is kind of unlucky. I just want to see the tome win. You and me both, opponent. So, my card here takes cards from my opponent's discard pile and transforms them into something else, adding them into my deck, and then eventually we're going to draw them, and they can trip when we draw them, and then outflank. Sure, so you're gonna kill my 0/6. So there are now 30, this will be 31 cards in my deck. Most of which are tombs from the Lorgoyle. Alright, so we play this Tomb of Lore, and then we sacrifice. If we find 3 more tombs in a row here, at least we'll start getting randoms. And another shard. But that's so unreal. I think we have enough chump blockers to hopefully survive for the tombs to do something. No, I can't survive. Jump with that. Alright, so we've got 2 tombs in our discard pile. We need 5 tombs in order to have them do something. Alright, there's another one. Tomb number 3. Tomb number 4. One more, come on, one more. There we go. This one will give us a random dragon or avatar here. And it still draws a card, so there's... How unlucky is that? How incredibly unlucky is that? It transformed all of those things into cards we could never cast. Oh, variance is a bitch. Good lord. Are we gonna lose this game? There's the first Rage Fire we could never cast. And I guess I'm attacking with this, right? Are you kidding me? Just, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, jeez. We're ready to put my Tilt Monkey back in his cage. Good God. This card is actually unplayable. Actually just unplayable. Jump, take 5, I guess. Alright, maybe we'll get really lucky. There's like 20 tomes. Our deck's still like almost half tomes, right? So maybe we'll just hit a bunch of tomes here. Or we could hit more Rage Fires, you know? We could definitely have that happen too. This is a free attack, because this ready's on our turn. think we're not supposed to attack there. Our opponent, we could have just decked them. Yeah, maybe. I feel like they're going to draw a removal spell for the 8/8 before we deck them, right? Jump here. Come on, running tombs. Running tombs. One time, dealer. Oh. Collateral damage. So Rage Fire is a card that deals 2 damage to target champion or troop, and then it adds 2 to all the Rage Fires in your deck and in all zones. So like this would deal 2, this would deal 4, this would deal 6, if we could play these cards. Or take 5 here. I'm gonna dingle that. Apologize to collateral. Oh, geez, I forgot to. Yep, that's fine. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Oh, dingling that didn't matter. They didn't have a troop in their crypt. Alright, jump. Hey, mister, the bellman said. Remember that time we almost beat double bombs, and then we got the worst RNG ever? I guess we could still win this. Lateral damage. Oh, that means he can start attacking with this. And he can lock down one of our guys, too. It's just like... Oh... Oh... Yep. Alright, if we run exceptionally well here, we could hit a bunch of tombs. And hit something better than an 8/8 that kills us. Rage Fire. Hey, yeah, that's realistic. Our opponent's also only drawn less shards than us. Are we just dead on board? I can't tell if we're dead on board. We go block, block, block. We're not dead on board. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Dead on board now. Their last card was a revision that's not playable. Oh, I'm not salty at all. Not salty at all. Yeah, save, I guess. I guess I could have not attacked with the 8/8 if I don't attack with the 8/8. Like, he just had a bunch of cards in his deck that just, like, aren't... I never play them, so, like, I wasn't playing around them. Like, I don't think this card's very good. I definitely don't think Revision is main deckable. That's just frustrating. Can time him out now? Sure. That's just, like, not a good use of my time either, though. And, like, now this draft win, even if we win, is going to be 2-1, which means we get less stars on the ladder, so we're not going to hit Cosmic off of this draft. Yeah, I just shouldn't have attacked with the, shouldn't have attacked with the 8/8. I would have just, like, brick walled him indefinitely. Alright, this hand's, like, fine. Like, hopefully our 18 shard deck doesn't stumble and die. Alright, he mulligans to 5, God bless. I don't care, it's just what you think. Shard, God bless. Alright, so we are 10 out of 10 dingling anything they play that we can dingle this turn, just because, like, hopefully our resources are going to be tied up for the rest of this game. Yep. Oh, definitely super excited to dingle that one. It wasn't about racing JVL. I just should have left the 8-8 back so it could block, because eventually I'm gonna hit enough tombs that, like, I'm gonna be able to make more random things, or I'm just gonna, like, deck my opponent. So I shouldn't have attacked because I would have been able to deck them, basically, or just, like, make dragons eventually, or avatars that, like, have text boxes. Shard. Ding, fries are done. Please Valor this and attack me so I can Sky Shaper you. Do I Sky Shaper or do I Vanquish? He showed me multiple Diamond's favors, so I think if he leaves Diamond's favor up, I probably shouldn't jam this. She's an actress. The block. Please try and kill this. Other girls teeth and tell your boyfriend. If he says he's got beef, I'm a vegetarian and I ain't scared of him. Shard? Shard? Diamond Shard too? The perfects? Maybe I should have tried to flash this in and block this. Don't trust. I guess he can. Attacking with this means he can now champ power this and get aggressive here. But I think I'm okay with that. We're still at a pretty high life total. I don't think I'm in the business of throwing either of these away just yet either. I'm just going to take 6 here, especially with this Consult the Talents in my hand. Bruises. That was a gas straw, because Consult the Talons lets me exhausted this turn. No one knows who you are. Just another girl alone at the bar. She wants to touch me round. I should have attacked with the Phantom. That was a pretty free attack. It's not blocking anything. Don't trust a hoe. Never trust a hoe. Don't. It's a shame he mulliganed to the game where our curve is insane. She must have loved me running. Although he did curve his bomb rare into his other bomb rare. Or like subtly bombs, I guess, as opposed to... Don't trust a hoe, won't trust me. Right, can't block that one because it's Valorous. It's gonna be blocked by... Well, this is kept up by non-Valor troops. Oh, so if I get a Valor, I can... Alright. We're gonna put some tomes into my deck because it worked out really well last time. Attack with these. Yeah, that seems fine. I have Vanquish and Outflank I can play next turn, and this guy readies himself. I probably should be shipping with the Phantoms, too. Yeah, it's probably missing points of damage. He's dead. If I would have put him to 14, I'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I could kill him with Outflank, potentially. But I feel like he's going to ship with the Dawn Mesa duo this turn, so that's probably irrelevant. Although, I guess I could Vanquish that so he doesn't gain life. So yeah, I guess by not attacking with these, I've missed lethal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now I'm going to be short. Oh, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I could still kill him with the Outflank. I definitely should have. I've definitely missed points with these Phantoms, though. I shouldn't need this Outflank to kill him. But I do. I guess I have the Valor from the Vanquish that's going to kill him, too. Okay, I've got him dead a couple different ways here. Hoping to dodge some removal. She turned 24, only been with one man. What happened to her plan? be an actress. She's gonna be a star. I'm gonna double here and see if I can get a trick out of him. Alright, I'm just gonna kill this. I don't want my guys to die or him to gain life. And nothing has been alright since Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. There was U2 and Blondie. Still on MTV, her 2 kids in high school. They tell her that she's uncool. So that means he's not dead next turn. 1980. If I win this match, we'll be 2-1. We lost to the Vampire Queen deck. This deck was very reasonable. I was pretty happy with it. She knows every line. Breakfast Club, pretty in pink. Fast and she rocked out to Wham! Not a big Limp Bizkit fan. Outflank that. Dead. Play this. Valor this? I'll Valor the Bluebird. On the radio, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and submit here. Maybe a Holy Replaceable is better than the... Yeah, I'm gonna bring in one of these on the draw over the 3. That guy. Gotta win this last one to get that 2-1, get a couple of packs, hopefully get closer to Cosmic. This curve is very good. Reasonably defensive here too. That has a 1-drop, that's annoying. Oh, that's super awkward. It doesn't make a Valor on 1, because he doesn't have a Ruby threshold. Seems like a loose gem to have in there. So this has to have, you have to have a Ruby threshold for this to make a Valor when you play it out. So my opponent literally has played a 1-1 for 1 now. If we Righteous Outlaw on 2 again. Feed the Flames, kill my dork. Yeah, that's fine. Super okay with that. Again, happy to be playing 18 shards, because we just want to draw resources for the rest of the game. By the rest of the game, I mean like the next like 4 to 5 turns probably. How many games is a limited match? They're best of 3. So this is game 3. That first game was just excessively long, right? Like my opponent's clock's at 9 minutes and my clock's at 16 minutes. And like, you know a game is long when I have close to 15 minutes on my clock because I play very quickly. Even if we brick on a resource here, we've got plenty to do. That's, yep, I'm glad we have plenty to do. I'm gonna ship with this. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked first there just in case they had some kind of trick. They had a Diamond's favor. Drafts are best of 3. The sealed formats are best of 1. That's why I don't play sealed. Fun fact. Okay, so that's a 2/3 life drain, which is really good against my Dreadlings. And God, what a tilt! I don't have 2 Sapphire thresholds, so I can't use the Consult the Talons. It's really unfortunate. Thankfully, our opponent doesn't have a whole lot going on either, so we'll put that going for us. This is 5, right? Yeah. So this can give +3 toughness, but that's not enough to save that. But I mean, like, he did just spend, like, a quality removal spell on my 3/2, so, you know, we got that going for us. Hide the truth, I wanna shelter you. Hey, look at that. 18 resource deck gets there eventually. Play the Scrivener here, pass the turn. Made of dreams, this is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come. You have 3/4, I have 1/4s. Block. Gain your life. My demons hide, it's where my demons hide. Man, Yeah, we're just gonna... I can do this, right? Yeah, it takes all my resources. This is gonna give him a chance to attack me. Okay, look at that. We hit a 1-drop too. God bless. Propelling ourselves into these resources here is pretty critical. So this lets him get in a hit for 3, but we're at 22, so like who cares? Let's just like get our cards played out here. Hellbound. Galleon Duelist is pretty good. This gives him a good window to attack here. So probably gonna Valor that. Yep. So we're gonna take 7 here. This is my kingdom. Oh, that's actually really good for us because now we can Diamond's Favor to kill this. It's where my demons hide. It's where my I think I want to play the Mystic Naturalist out rather than do anything else here, though. Do I want to attack with this to... Yeah, I can get Diligence triggered next turn. And actually, we can outflank on this to get this to trigger Diligence next turn. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and block here. And I'm going to go ahead and jump here because I feel like we're far enough ahead that I want to conserve my life total here with a Phantom. I think this Phantom's worth 4 points of life. And I'm going to go ahead and play this outflank, exhausting this and giving this +2 power and +4 toughness. And then this will trigger and make a 2/2 for us next turn. Hey, Tom. Outflank on that guy, sure. So these guys are just going to bounce now, so we're going to exhaust this and do this here. And I'm fine with these bouncing, like that's cool. I mostly just wanted to get the mobilize in on this so that way I start making extra flyers. And like this is going to be a 2-power flyer now. Chastise, sure. You have killed my 1/4. Take this out. Yep, play this. Crack with these two. This is my string of flying tutus. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. I can make something not block here, but that's not particularly impressive. Probably just attack with that. Diamond's Favor to kill it. Classic 40-minute draft match. Gonna finish 2-1 though, so worth. Sacrifice a troop with 5 toughness or more. I picked that one. What does my champ power do? My champ power for 5 charges puts 2 1/1 flying phantoms into play. It's kind of nice because it lets our deck be threat light and still have plenty of threats in it. Ooh, a piece of candy, you say? A piece of candy. I should have attacked with that too. Whatever. Got embarrassment of riches at this point. I'm like on the outskirts of the storm, so like we got a lot of bad wind. Actually, my wife said the gutter got knocked off the side of our house and our garbage cans got knocked over, so... Oh, we're 1-1 now. No, wait, we're 2-1? Yeah, okay, I thought that was the third match. I was like, thought that was the third match. Hey, look at that. We got a well out of that, and we got some packs, so like, draft paid for itself. Not the worst.